Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So, I'm still on the way back from the mill with the Tatra Phoenix here and our two trailers. We unloaded. I stopped off at the biogas plant and adjusted the conveyors, so we're selling more silage now. I changed the speed down to 1 times temporarily just for assisting with selling all of the silage, but we'll put that back on to 5 times speed as normal now. Apparently it doesn't like wrapping itself around the corner of the bridge. Probably would have been better if we'd watched what we were doing when we were coming across here. Sometimes when you actually get caught up like this, because it nudges all the machinery sideways when you actually do it, you've just got to keep sort of ramming it in a very unrealistic fashion in order to be able to get across. So yeah, we're across the bridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back into the forestry here, and we're going to park it up. We've got a whole load of wood chips scattered around on the ground up here, which we will be using. We're going to gather some of those up using the Manitou, and we've got the little fent, and that brings me to last week's weekly question, and that was, that little fent that we've got, do you want me to take it off of lease and buy it? It costs about $45,000 to buy, and if you well, yeah, did you want me to buy it, or did you want me to just get rid of it? What did you think? So we had, and I've not actually added up all of the numbers properly, so I will have to do that in a little while, but basically the result is yes. I'll give you all the numbers in a little while. I'm really sorry, I forgot to actually add all the numbers up before I started like I normally do. I will do that, but basically the result is, I would say around about 2/3 people want me to keep it, and 1/3 of the people don't want me to keep it. Now, the biggest issue that was given with it not being kept was that people thought that this was not a realistic looking machine. Now, I didn't know, and I said I didn't know. However, I have been inundated with responses and Google searches. I've Google searched it myself. I've had people sending me pictures of their very own machines of this. It is a very real tractor. This tractor was definitely made. Quite a few people have them. There was a couple of different models of this tractor made. I have been sent photos. I've shared some of those photos on my Facebook page, and yeah, it is a really awesome looking little tractor. Now, people said, well, there's no engine on it, so it's completely unrealistic. Don't get it, it would just be disappointing. But if you take a look here, can you see that housing there? That's the gear housing there. It would be the clutch and everything would be held in there. And then the actual engine is this piece in underneath here. The engine is directly underneath the cab. I suppose with this one, it's not 100% realistic because they have... they've taken existing models and they've basically spliced them together a bit instead of completely starting from the ground up from scratch, and they've added some extra bits in here, but the area here would be slightly bigger to allow for the engine. It's only a very small tractor. It's I think it's like a 40 horsepower tractor anyway in real life, so it's a very small tractor, but it is a real tractor. Definitely real. I have looked, I have researched, and I have been sent pictures of people actually using this in real life. So we are keeping this tractor, and I will give you the actual numbers in a little while, once I've had time to sort them out. So yeah, the other thing that we're going to do today is we are getting the sawmill. We've now got our $200,000 that we need for that. And I was going to get the fent here and load it up with wood chips, but there was another little trailer that I seen that has just been added into the because we've got these little trailers here. We've got that one there, which is 8,000 litres, that one 8.5, that one's 15, so we don't have very much in the way of very small trailers, but this one was put onto the mod hub, and it's this little lizard trailer here, 4,500 litres. Right, it's probably the smallest trailer that we've got here. We've got that little tyre, it's 23, 18. See, there aren't very many very, very small trailers. I think maybe that one could be, because you've got different options with that one. No upgrades available. I thought there was different options with it, unless you just do it while you're actually using the machine. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. And then we're back into the standard game ones. So yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anything below the 8,500 on the smallest game one, which is fine because it's very rare that you would want a really small trailer, but I just thought that this one would be a really cool trailer to use. So I'm going to lease that one to go with the Fent. I will go up and get it, and then I'll bring them both back down here and we'll load them up with wood chips, and we'll take them over back to our main yard so we're ready for our sawmill. The only other thing we're going to want then is a few logs, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Right, I have got the Fent back here with the little lizard trailer on the back, and we're going to stick wood chips into this and then take them back to our main yard. And then we're going to see about clearing a space and building the sawmill that we've that I was saying about, and the one that everybody voted to get. My question that I asked you all was obviously, do I want to keep this one? And I told you that it was yes. The actual numbers for that were 2,539 people answered that question. Exactly 600 of you said no, and the predominant reason seemed to be that it wasn't realistic. So I believe that I've addressed that. The other reason for not using it was, or the main reason I've seen on there was that it's a really small machine and just generally wouldn't see any use. So I have thought of a use for it. I've actually thought of a couple of uses for it, one of which, well, not everybody's going to like, but I thought it would be pretty cool just to do it once. And then the other one, which would, I feel, sort of become its main use. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but 1,939 people said that they do want to use it, so yeah, I think it was, actually it's closer to a quarter said no and 3/4 said yes. So we're definitely keeping this one. I'm not going to buy it today. We have other things that we want to do. I was going to start combining today because we've got 3 fields of wheat right next to the main yard that are ready to go. However, it's about to start raining. You can see it's starting to you can see it's just starting to get a little bit dull here. I reckon at 2:30, 3 o'clock it's going to start raining. So in order to avoid having our combine sat in the field in rain, we'll wait until after that. So it might be better if we wait until tomorrow. We want to buy the sawmill, and we're also going to be getting some other stuff as well that will sort of accompany the sawmill, which works really well with it. Our cattle are down to just 9% on power food, so I thought this would actually be a really good opportunity to showcase the new and improved small bale trailer that is now available on ModHub. So we will take a list from TSM Modding. He has done a load of work on it. They've added extra scripts to it. There's bigger bales that can go on it. I won't be doing those here. I'm not going to be using the bigger baler. However, I will at some point be using that bigger baler on Rattlesnake Valley on the time-lapse series when I get to Rattlesnake Valley. And I think it's going to be really, really cool being able to use that. So I'm quite looking forward to doing it. Let me just bring this round. We've got a little bit left, but I want to just tip out what I've got into here. So yeah, I figured that as we've got to go and deal with power food, we've got the 2 trailers that Rich27 Gaming did for me privately, but that was never released. So what I will do is I will sell those trailers, and we will use the publicly released one from TSM Modding, because he is the original creator of the one that Rich27 adjusted for me. He just did it as a private edit for me, and in the end it was decided it wasn't going to be released because TSM was already working on a new and improved trailer anyway, and he didn't want additional versions being released out to the public. So that is that dealt with. I would like to say regarding mods and regarding maps as well, I've noticed that there is an awful lot of the pirate sites coming up. There seems to be more than ever around these days, and I've also noticed that there are a few modders that are starting to get fed up with the community because of the fact that their mods keep getting stolen and uploaded onto these dodgy sites. So I would strongly, strongly encourage you, do not use any of these sites that send you to a third-party downloader. They are horrific, and you will most likely end up with something very nasty being installed onto your PC. The sites that I use are ModHub, which is the safe one. That's the in-game one. You cannot go wrong with that. I use FSUK. They thoroughly test all of their mods and they rate them before they put them up. If it's a gold rating, it's perfect. No errors, nothing at all. No problems whatsoever with the mod. And it's raining, half past 2. So, might actually wait until a bit later on before we do much more. So yeah, you've got that FSUK. If it's a silver rated mod, it means that there was an error or a problem, but it's not enough to actually impact your gameplay whatsoever. I have released my Sosnovka final save game file. It has now been tested and approved. It got a silver rating because I included a mod on there that was originally on ModHub but has since been removed and I can't find it anymore. So I left it in the save game file, and you'll get an error message come up when you first start, and just carry on and then save the game without it, and it won't affect your gameplay whatsoever. And they marked me down from a gold to a silver for that. There's no other issues with that save game file at all, but I was still marked down because it wasn't perfect. That's how stringent they are, which I think is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic that they are that strict with the testing, which means that if you're getting something unable to locate a nearby... I got a feeling I might not be able to follow this one because, yeah, this tractor actually comes up in the game as a trailer, not a tractor. Oh, now it is letting me. It was just a little bit too far ahead. Yeah, so my save game file, for those of you who want the save game file, it is now there and available. You can use it, and you can download it, do what you like with it, and you can carry on the story from Sosnovka. So that is all available on there, and you should just see it on the home screen on the side for the new mods, or you can just search it up under my name. I've got 2 other save game files on there as well, and all the mods that you would need are just ones from ModHub, and I've included links in the description so that you can download them direct from the website if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I was asked why I couldn't have released it onto ModHub for console users. I can't do that because you can't upload save game files on ModHub. You can only upload maps, and I would have had to have edited it and package it as a map, and I don't think they would have accepted it on there anyway because it's just redoing one of their own maps. So yeah, I didn't want to get involved with that. So unfortunately, console users, you won't be able to use my save game file. I wouldn't know how to repackage it as a new map anyway. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that. So yeah, it is for PC users only. But going back to my original point, ModHub is a safe place to use mods, and FSUK is safe. Now, I also use ModHoster a great deal. I use ModHoster a lot. However, be a little bit careful with ModHoster. Use the direct download links, and I try to make sure I only use mods that have direct downloads. Sometimes they put them through uplink, and you can see, when you go to download a mod, you can see if it's hosted by ModHoster themselves, or if they put it through a third-party downloader. If you're not confident enough to sort of navigate your way through that, then I wouldn't recommend trying it, because if you're unsure about which downloader to use and you don't really know how to do it, then you don't want to try and get through a third-party downloader, because it just brings up link after link after link, and you've got to basically play a game of guess the correct button to click in order to get your download, which I don't really like. ModHoster does sometimes have copied mods going up on it, although they are pretty good at removing them when they've been reported. So it's kind of pros and cons with that particular site, but there's enough good stuff on there, and a lot of the European modding community use that site as their primary site, so for that reason I do use it, and I do occasionally use the third-party downloader links if I can't find them any other way, because some people, that's what they want to use. But yeah, other websites other than that, there are some, like American Eagles Modding, Mahu does his own, he's got his own website, and there's a few others that you can use. But things like farmingsimulatormods.com, simulatormods.com, and I'm guessing at these names here, fs17.com, all of those kind of sites, they all look very, very similar. and they're all pirate sites. They're stealing people's mods and they're re-uploading them in order to try and make money on the download links. And I can't urge you enough, stay away from those sites. They're awful. They're discouraging modders. They're encouraging modders to leave the community altogether. We don't want that. We want the modders to stay here and make us more really cool stuff. So I'm begging you, please don't use them. Now, it's hoofing it down with rain. We need to clear some stuff up here. I also want to go and sort out the power food for the cattle. So I think what we might do first is, while we wait for the rain to pass, I will get over to the if we're going to use the power food, we're going to need the Tatra to do that. It's the only thing that can actually put the power food in, and we're also going to need the Manitou over there as well. So unfortunately, I was wondering if I should get a second loader vehicle and have... Actually, I do have a second loader vehicle. I got that one over there, so I could leave I could take the Manitou with me, and I've got the loader vehicle over there. I don't think I got a bucket for it. I'll figure something out. A bucket would be useful, I think. But if I start this one, I will get over there, and I will meet you at the cattle when it's stopped raining. I'm going to return the 2 other trailers, and we're just going to take a quick look at the new trailer by TSM Modding and see how it works. And put power food in for the cattle because they're getting low on that. Take care of anything that the animals need doing to them, and then when we're done with all that, we can then come back and we can take a look at the sawmill, and we're also going to be using the bee pack. Oh, my weekly question. I'll start driving this over and I'll ask you my weekly question in the rain. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan at all. So my weekly question for this week is, I said to you that I would run this series for at least 100 episodes. Some people have said they would like me to just keep running the series here on Goldcrest and just stay on Goldcrest until the next one comes out, so we go up like 200, 300, 400 episodes on the same map. A lot of other people have said no, they don't really want that. It's nice to have a really long series, but they would like to have a change of scenery. It's starting to get a bit dull, the same place all the time. I know I try to include new mods and everything, but I don't blame you. It does get a bit dull sometimes if you're always on the same map. So my question this week is, this is episode 78, so by my reckoning we've got this week plus another around about 7 weeks before we hit episode 100. So that gives me 2 months, just under 2 months actually. And if I'm going to be changing at 100 episodes, I need a little bit of notice so I can start planning what we're going to do. There are some absolutely spectacular maps that are coming out now. Some of them just look amazing. There's one that's set in southern Spain that has got, if that's the one I'm thinking of, yes, I think it is. There's one that's set in Spain. It's like it's got hills everywhere. It looks fantastic. It's really uneven terrain. It looks awesome. Genuinely awesome. And then there's another one which I think is the Polish one. That one has got 103 different fields on it. 103! And it really does look pretty good. And it appears that you've got the option for joining some of those fields together. So there's like those two. There's Thornton Farm I was thinking about, because I did say that I would include one British map. There's quite a few people have said they don't want any British maps being done because everybody does them. But I've had other people saying they would like to see my take on a British map. Because I'm from the UK, you might want to see it. So I will include one British map, but at the moment there's so many good maps out there, I really don't know which way to turn with them. And yeah, so my question is, do you want me to stick with the plan of going with 100 episodes and then changing the map, or would you like me to stay here a bit longer and ask the question again at, say, episode 150 or something like that? So it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know how long you would like me to stay here. I will do a minimum of 100 episodes because that is what I promised you. But do you want me to do more than that? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to actually cast your vote up in the top right hand corner. Now, I will see you when the rain has stopped. Right, I have returned the 2 trailers that we had there that I think were the other one. I think this trailer here is, because I had 3 down here, so I think this is the universal autoload by TSM. I'm fairly certain it is. So we got some bales here. We're just going to try it out and see what his configuration and that is of the trailer, and maybe we'll use the small baler sometime, maybe we won't, I'm not quite sure. We might actually use it in Water Valley down in New Zealand. We'll wait and see. So your options that you've got now, we've got round bales 1.3 meters, 1.4 and 1.5. You've got HD bales, which is a high density bale, which is the small ones. As when they first came out, they used to be just loosely bound, and then these were high density bales, and now though all bales are high density. It's very, very rare to find a bale that isn't high density. So that's just to say small bales. And you got standard pallets, you got big bales. I don't know what big bale. You got bigger pallets. That's the. I don't know what the bigger pallets is. I think it might be something to do with the sawmill, whether they auto load the pallets of wood or something. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll find that one out. Then you got square bales and round bales. So the square bales is like the standard game square bales, and then the excuse me. Right. The square bales, and then you've got the pallets, big bales. That is the one from the extreme baling pack from the ARM team. So use their own website if you're going to get those. This Heston Baler that they've got, this ARM. Just type in ARM team and you'll be able to find their website. Use their website, please. Don't go trying to get them from somewhere else. It's just, yeah, it's just asking for trouble. You'll end up going through a third-party downloader. I've had people come in the comment section and say they've gone to these sites and they found this the thing, and it's not worked out for them because they've used the wrong ones. So this particular configuration is done differently to how Rich 27 did it. They're doing it a full layer at a time, and so what are we doing? We're putting them right the way back across. They're not interlocking, okay? So we don't have any bales interlocking at all, which, yeah. I'm not sure if this is, like, good or bad. I mean, right, that's as many as we can get. So the fact that they're not interlocking might just be done in order to stop the lag issues, because TSM did say to me that he was having some serious issues with lag, and they were trying to figure out what to do about it, because once you've loaded the lorry up, that's when you start to get some major lag issues, and it was a big problem. So let's just we want to unload onto the lorry. There we go. Onto the truck. We're in the States. Truck trailer. So we'll unload it onto there a minute, and we'll strap it down. Right, I did have a moment's pause there in order to do the strapping. And another moment's pause. So, because they're sort of stuck together, I think this might be one of the reasons. Because I did notice with the other one, we had them interlocking. And because the bales were all in different directions, I found the straps went on a bit quicker, and they were less likely to move around when they were on the lorry. And so we shall see. Oh, I know what the other reason was. They removed half the straps. So yeah, but we don't seem to be getting any lag from this. It doesn't appear to be laggy. So that is the new configuration. This is the one that is available to everybody. I really want to see what the other bales and that will load up like, the big bales in particular, and we'll also use it for the big pallets. So let me just take the straps off of this, and we will load it onto the trailer here like that. Okay, now that's just gone all weird. That's okay, that's fine. And then B, I think it was, to select the side. Yes, there it is. And that side, that has changed. The picture there has changed, and we've now got... let me get it from this side. Can I see it if I jump out the cab? I don't think I'll be able to, will I? Oh, yes, we can. Oh, ideal, right. UAL. That's a very small UAL trailer. So it's the UAL trailer by TSM Modding, in the beta section on the mod hub, and you'll be able to use it, and quite frankly, this is awesome. So there we go, that one's loaded down there. What are those there then? Oh, I know, those must just be the last few that were kind of left over. So if we just go out here a minute and run round, jump up onto the trailer, and we'll kick these off like this. I'm going to chuck a couple in for the cattle. Actually, no, we want to save these. This is our hay. We're going to need this to put in to the Peecon mixer in just a minute. So let's pull out. Up round here. I'll back the trailer down here for a minute. We will be using this one later. I've got all sorts of plans for the map, for things that we're going to do. One of which is going to be using the slow bee pack. I've actually got that one downloaded and it's on here. So let me just show you that one. It's right here, look. See, we've got the Shriner. To get production started, deliver woodboard pallets or take a little wood directly to the saw. That gets you got to take the woodboard pallets that you get from the sawmill and you put them there, and they start, I think that's, they make the, it does make the beehives. Then you got bee house produces honey, deliver beehives from the slow Shriner, that one there. That one there, this one is for handwork. Bee house that produces honey, to get production started, deliver beehives. I'm not sure what the difference is between those two, but obviously we will be trying them both. And then you've got this one here, produces honey milk, deliver honey from the slow bee house and milk. So you've got to get honey from these two, and you've got to milk. So we've got the placeable milk trigger as well. We've got that one. And then you've got the sell shop for all products of slow bee mod. I think the shop is the one that you've got to build from the ground up, though. You've actually got to build this one first. Which is just really cool. You've got to actually build this thing. You've got to take wood pallets to it. So the shop is constructed through a number of different phases. This here, we got the milk sell point and the milk fill point. So I think this is the one that we want here. We want to put this one next to the cattle. I don't know if there's any particular place you're supposed to put it. I don't know if it matters where you put it. But what I was thinking is that we want to put it as close to the cattle as possible. But I don't really want it right in the way. If I put it there, I don't think that's going to be in the way. And it's fairly close to the animals as well. The only other place I was thinking maybe is back here somewhere. But yeah, it doesn't really look like it fits. I would say that this is probably the best point over here. You can't go there because of its proximity to the loading point. So if we would put it here, get it as close to that gate. We don't want to actually block the gate. But there, like that, there is our milk fill point. That's the milk fill trigger. I don't know what the milk sell trigger. I guess that you've got to fill it up from this one and you take it to that one to sell it. So we won't use that one. I don't think we need to. The only thing to find out now is, do we... Let me just back that one up. We still got... I've completely run out of time and I haven't actually fed the animals yet. So let's unhitch those. Let's get up here. We want to do this as quickly as we can. Oh, I threw a bale down there. I'll do something about that in a little while. And whiz up through here. We've still got a little bit of grass left in that one. I will empty that one out as well and put that in. We've got straw and silage up this end and then the bales of hay down the other end. So let's back up to the Peecon mixer. This truck is the only vehicle we've got that can pull it. Oh, well, other than the Challenger. We'd have to bring the Challenger down. That one would be able to run it. But I don't really want to bring the Challenger down here at the moment. So that's up on the top field with the... Well, actually, I suppose we do. I'm going to need to bring it back at some point because it's up on the top field at the moment and it's not really doing anything up there. Let's throw that. Oops. I love being able to put bales into the trough. It's fantastic. There we go. So my question for this week is, do you want me to stop this series at 100 episodes or just a fraction past and then go to a different map? Or do you want me to stay on this map for longer? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know what you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. I will pay close attention to this one and see what people want. If we do move on to a new map, I was saying that I would most likely include a British map in the vote because so many people have been asking for a British map. I've said most likely. I'm not guaranteeing that I am going to include one in the vote because there are so many other maps, and I'm a bit concerned if I do include a British map, that one is going to just completely take the vote because I know that they're quite popular with some people, but they're not very popular with other people. There's some people sort of said that all you seem to see these days is British maps, and it would be nice to have variation. And as I have said, there is some absolutely incredible maps available at the moment that I have seen on the Mod Hub, that just completely and utterly blow your mind type maps, and quite frankly I would like to see some of those rather than a British map. So what I might do is I might say I'm not going to include American Outback either, because I'm going to be doing a map by something on my shoe in the time lapse. in just a few weeks' time, we'll be moving on to Rattlesnake Valley. So that's the reason I won't be including the American Outback. I know that it is a fantastically awesome map. He's doing a massive update for it very soon so that people can use the Big Bud on that map, which is just awesome. That is sheer dedication to duty, that is. So, yeah, you've got that one coming up, a big update on that map coming up for you. And we'll just open that and drop that in there. What else have you got? Yeah, so, well, there's loads of maps out, and I'm thinking that I might just say we'll go for a European map. We're doing New Zealand at the moment, we've been doing the States, and we're still going to be doing the States in the time-lapse. So I'm thinking that I might actually just go for a map from Europe. I know we've done Sosniovka over in Eastern Europe, but I think it would be nice to do another one over there as well, because so many of my viewers are from Europe. I'm not saying you're all from Europe, and as always, I don't want people getting all upset just because I've said one thing and you think it should be something slightly different. There's a lot of viewers from a lot of different countries around the world. I am not aware of any maps from South America. I'm not aware of any maps that are based in Asia. We've been doing a lot of maps in the States. Well, I say a lot of maps. We've been doing one map in the States, but on 2 different series, and I am going to be doing another map in the States on the time-lapse series, so I'm not going to be offering a map from the States here in this one this time round. We'll be using something different. I'm not quite sure what it'll be yet, but almost certainly they will all be from Europe, and there's a strong possibility that I won't include an English map, purely because I think that we'd be better off just not including an English map. Right, we've got silage, hay, 32,000 each. That ought to keep the cattle going for a little while. Let me just bring this back round, turn it on. I've probably gone way... I think my timer went off, like, way before I started on this. I can't back up. Let me try turning it off. There we go. If I can back up and get round into the right position and then start the beaters going while we empty out. I've also got to race that one down the passageway. So let's bring that down there and start emptying it out. And I've got to race the robot there. So bring this up through. That should give us plenty of food at least. Even if we've still got a slight shortage on bedding, but I think we'll be okay for a few days. So we can come back, because there's so many other things I want to do. I want to do all of the stuff with the slow bee pack and the sawmill and all these other things. So I don't really want to be messing around down here too much. Not at the moment, anyway. Let's just take a quick look at the numbers. Silage and hay, we're about halfway full on power food. That's at least 2 days worth there. That should be okay. Sheep are about the same. Ideal. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.